like to say a couple of words. And this is, without a doubt, a very important collaborative effort that's taken place between the Chamber of Commerce and the city and the Alliance of Climate Environmental Stewards and all of the entities that make up that alliance. Here is Sean Reardon.
All right. Thanks for coming out, everybody. Happy Earth Day. So this is the first time we did this. We actually threw this event together really quickly, so hopefully this is just something we can learn from this year and build on it year after year. The idea around it, one, celebrating Earth Day, but you know, it was looking for 8 ways that you could make a difference to your planet today, right? So this was really what we wanted to give residents action items that they could actually do today to help our planet. And so that's why if you look around the square here, we have different categories, right? So these are 8 categories that we did. We have natural resources, we have local food, we have transportation, you know, talking about more, making the city more walkable and bikeable, solar power, energy efficiency, composting, and then waste and recycling. So we have cupcakes. If you're here and you'd like to have a little snack, if you haven't had lunch yet, that's okay. You can still have a cupcake before that. So we have cupcakes over there. You know, we have a banner here for the kids or anybody want to come up and trace their hand. We're gonna put this up around the city somewhere. And you know, this is the 53rd Earth Day, I was told, which means, so today's also my birthday, which I'm trying not to make a big deal about. But it means I've been an Earth baby my whole life because I'm not 53 years old yet. So that's pretty great too. So like I said, hopefully we can just build on this year after year. And I think it's so important. And I think we're so lucky to have partners like the Chamber, partners like ACES. You know, we have Molly Ettenborough here from our Sustainability, Recycling, and Energy Office. We have a lot of the tools right here in Newburyport, and we're so uniquely situated, you know, being on the ocean, being on the river. The effects of climate change happen here probably more so than maybe anywhere else in Massachusetts. So it's nice that we have the people here that can rally around things like this. And that's it. So please walk around. I want to thank everyone for coming out who's volunteering at the tables. Another piece of this, which I didn't mention too, and I'll invite the senator up here in a second too if he wants, but the other piece I wanted to mention this, like we didn't want this to be a vendor fair. We really wanted you to be able to go table to table and talk to a resident who actually is doing some of these things already, and they can talk about their experiences. So like I said, you know, we threw this together really quickly. I'm so happy that it came together. And again, this is something we're going to do every year now on Earth Day. And hopefully this just keeps continuing. And I'm going to keep getting older. So now next year it's going to be 9 things that we're going to try to do. We're going to keep making that. We're going to keep raising the bar and you know, holding people accountable and giving them action things that they can do here in the city. I'm going to turn it over to Senator Tarr to say a couple words, because he always wants to say a couple words, and he's always got so much to say. I learn something every time he speaks, so I'm going to turn it over to Senator Bruce Tarr.
Well, good afternoon, Mr. Mayor, and it's great to be with all of you, and you know I'm not going to be able to resist. It's Earth Day, and it's the Mayor's birthday, right? So we're going to combine those two things, and we're going to sing Happy Earth Day to the Mayor, okay? Are you all ready for this? You're going to have to help me because you don't want to hear my voice alone. All right, so on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Happy Earth Day to you. Happy Earth Day to you. Happy Earth Day, dear Sean. Happy Earth Day to you. You get it. You did a good job. So it's great to be here in Market Square with you and to think about the fact that we all have an obligation to be good stewards of this planet. And we all understand that there's an incredible challenge to that because there is so much to do and we have a very much urgent time frame in which to do it. And so if you at first look at that, you think it is so much of a challenge, maybe it's too big. And maybe there's nothing I can do. And what's important about being here today with all of these organizations and all of the dimensions of this exhibition, you realize that there are things that we can do. They're very real, they're very doable for each of us, and they make an incredible difference. And that to me is the importance of what's happening right here, right now, in Market Square in Newburyport. We are elevating our understanding of the issues that we need to deal with. We are recommitting ourselves to the stewardship that is our obligation to be committed to, and we are identifying the ways that when we leave Market Square, we're all going to go out in our lives and make a difference for the planet, and for future generations. So I want to thank everybody that's been part of this. I understand that there's a table where we can write letters to our elected officials. I plan to write to Representative Shan and to the mayor, and I'm sure that I'll get a few from them. But the most important thing to remember today is we're all in it together, and there's something all of us can do. And I'm proud to be here to see people who share that thought. Thank you all very much for having us today.
Thank you, Senator Tarr. I just wanted to give Representative Dawn Shan an opportunity to come up and say a couple words if she'd like. Let's hear it for our new representative.
What can I say that the mayor and the senator haven't already said? But I was reminded that I was born in 1970, which is when Earth Day started, and it's been fascinating to talk to a lot of the teenagers who are here today, to think about how much the world has changed and not changed. And it is exciting to share those concerns with you. I remember reading books in the 70s about the ozone layer disappearing over Tierra del Fuego. So the sense of like urgency stayed with me as a child, and now here we are sharing that together. So thank you all for coming out. This is such a lovely thing to do, and I want to thank the mayor for putting it together. And happy birthday, Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you, Representative Shan. So just lastly, and this kind of feeds into Earth Day, but I was asked to do a proclamation this morning, but I was at my son's soccer game, so I couldn't do it. So I said, hey, why don't you come down to Market Square? We're having an Earth Day celebration. So Arbor Day is Friday, right? It's always the last Friday in April. So we have the Tree Commission here and Friends of Newburyport Trees, so I am going to read a proclamation for Arbor Day, okay? So be ready for a lot of whereases, okay? Whereas we are gathered here today to honor our planet, home in all its abundance, its plants, its animals, both wild and tame, its fertile green earth, and its blue sky. Whereas with our planet becoming increasingly vulnerable to the changing climate, we must become more agile and creative in finding ways to celebrate and connect with nature. And whereas National Arbor Day is recognized around the world and provides all of us the opportunity to reflect on the importance of trees. Whereas the planting and care of trees are an essential part of our efforts to protect, enhance, and beautify our planet. Whereas trees, wherever they are planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal. Now therefore I, Sean R. Reardon, Mayor of the City of Newburyport, do hereby proclaim this coming Friday, April 28th, as Arbor Day in the City of Newburyport. And I urge all citizens of Newburyport and elsewhere to celebrate Arbor Day and support the efforts to protect our trees and woodlands. And further, I urge all citizens to plant trees to gladden the heart and promote the well-being of our planet for this and for all future generations. Given under my hand in this seal the 22nd day of April in the year 2023. All right, thank you very, very much, everybody. Enjoy the day, get some good information, and happy Earth Day. Thank you.
Collaborative effort between the city, the Chamber of Commerce, and the Alliance of Climate and Environmental Stewards. And it's really a lot of things to be put together, so we need multiple parties, hence the collaborative approach. So we here have opportunities for people to get information about what's happening in the community they can benefit from in terms of energy savings, the right way to deal with composting, waste and recycling, natural resources. As you can see from these tables that are around with the little icons that are on them like that, the energy efficiency table. I was very pleased that we were able to put this together in a short period of time, just because everybody in this area has a tendency to want a sustainable community. So the more green and resilient and sustainable we can have Newburyport, it'll be that much better for future generations. This is actually all about future generations. So I want to introduce you to a member of the future generations, Sophia Franco.
I'm here, I'm running this stand, and everyone's signing it. And by signing it, you're supporting taking environmental action. And I'm also going around asking people why this day is important to them so that they can come together and write about it, and I can write something for ACES so I can understand what I learned from this experience today.
Hello everybody, happy Earth Day. My name is Grace Umania. I'm one of the program managers at the nonprofit All in Energy. I'm here with my colleague Samantha, and we're helping folks and we're creating awareness on Mass Save and their no-cost home energy assessments. So every month on your national grid bills, you are actually paying an energy efficiency charge that helps you get access to this. A lot of energy efficiency incentives like insulation, rebates on your efficient systems and heat pumps, amazing things that can help your home be more sustainable. So definitely check that out with the community of Newburyport. And on this side of the table,
Oh, hi. I'm Mike. I'm Mike Strauss, chair of the Energy Advisory Committee. We're here just trying to get as much interest as we can in solar and heat pumps, and getting people to get their houses as efficient as possible.
So the Coastal Trails Coalition has been working for almost 20 years to build an interconnected network of trails that were built on old abandoned rail lines in the cities of Newbury, Newburyport, Salisbury, and Amesbury.
I'm representing the Newburyport livable streets, and our focus is really making streets safe for both pedestrians, bicycles, and cars. And we work closely with the city to, as really also part of the improvements to the city's improvement plan, where we collaborate with them to identify safety issues to allow pedestrians and bicycles to be conform with vehicles.
Our overall mission is to educate and to advocate for the beautiful historical buildings in Newburyport.
and being able to kind of encourage people to shop vintage and reuse, thrifted clothing and repurpose it and give it a different life to then use it again.
Our group, excuse me, has been in existence for 9 years. And so we do something for Earth Day every year. We always do an Earth Day Sunday service, which we did last week, and we did an emphasis on youth voices. So we had a kid, he's not really a kid anymore, who's 23, who's majoring, getting a master's degree in environmental science, and he was our speaker, and it was a great Sunday.
I've been, since I retired in 2005, I've been involved with the organization, and I'd say I've been on the board of Coastal Trails Coalition for about 15 years now.
I've been involved with this group a couple of years, and a very nice group. It's a small group, but we welcome, obviously, other people to participate. And most every community has got groups like this. And also streets making safe around schools and things like that.
Well, we just joined the ACES Alliance, which I think is a great idea to bring people of like-minded in recycling and readaptive use to help sustain our planet. So yes, this is our first promotion of Earth Day.
I think people just come down there and they're curious, whether it's about heating, whether it's about food or transportation. They want to see what's going on in the community. So,
and for myself, since I'm not from Newburyport, I'm getting to meet the wonderful folks from here in this community. I'm learning that there's a lot of old homes and that sometimes programs that are meant to serve folks are not meeting all of the necessary needs that they have. So it's about creating that kind of awareness and creating systems of support so that folks can have access and equity to these great programs. And I agree, if you can get access to heat pumps and you have solar panels, that's about the most sustainable that you can be as a resident. So that's great.
Just a lot of getting aware, like people knowing we're here. We just opened in November, so we're fairly new in the Newburyport community. We're obviously located in Gloucester, and we have a location in Boston as well. So just really kind of getting known in the community and meeting people and getting them aware of, a vintage store. And it's a little bit different for, this area, but, being, on the coast and stuff, we really want to help with the environment where we can.
Some people are very familiar with the trails, but some people are not as familiar and are excited about the trails. Everybody loves them.
Just to be aware of our organizations and try to reach us and follow us on our website. Wealth of information. We are starting to work with the city more closely as part of this street and sidewalk improvement plans, to make some of the suggestions that we've identified happen as part of that plan.
I've just really been asking them why they're here today, what makes Earth Day important to them, and I've been getting a lot of different perspectives, stories about people growing up and how it's become, I talked to one woman who, she was there for the first Earth Day, and how things have changed since then and evolved, and how it's still a prevalent issue. So.